Welcome to the first class in the library video series on finding, writing, and citing. In this session, we introduce the types of documents that will likely comprise the majority of document types used in your research. How materials are cited in your references and in your bibliography will depend on what type of documents they are. Here we have a bibliography consisting of 4 types of documents. Take a moment and look them over and see how they vary in the way that they are cited. Note that 3 of the citations contain page numbers, and 2 of them contain the word "in" and cite the names of editors as well as authors. We'll explain the reasons for these variations in a moment, but first, let's take a look at the different document types that these 4 citations represent. The most obvious is the book. In the context of referencing, however, we mean something quite specific rather than just any volume that happens to be between covers. In fact, in our digital era, books don't even have to have any physical characteristics at all. When referring to a book in our bibliography, we are usually talking about a monograph, that is, a detailed study of a single specialized subject or an aspect of it. The book is structured in such a way that each chapter follows logically from the chapter that preceded it, and no chapter stands alone. The monograph differs from the edited or compiled book, where a compilation of several individual essays make up the published volume. These essays usually revolve around one or more common themes, but the arguments of each chapter can stand on its own, having its own beginning, middle, and end. The essays, or chapters, would thus be referenced individually. Besides books and chapters, another type of document you will frequently encounter is the periodical. The periodical is a collection of articles issued, periodically. As with essay chapters found in a compiled book, an article is also found within a larger publication, in this case, a journal, newspaper, or magazine. Our last major format is the conference paper. Conference papers, like essays as book chapters or articles in periodicals, stand on their own within a larger publication. When published, the papers delivered at a conference are published as proceedings. So, to return to our original bibliography, you'll note that only the last one, a monographic book, does not include page numbers. That's because all of the other formats are inside of a larger publication, whereas in the case of the monograph, the reference is to the entire book. Note, this is only in the bibliography or list of cited works at the end of your dissertation. You will still include page numbers when making references within the text of your work, which we will demonstrate in later videos. It is likely that you will encounter other document types than the 4 we have here exemplified. When you do, be sure that they are referenced according to APA standards or consult a librarian or one of the faculty if you have questions. But more than likely, knowing how to reference the 4 we have discussed in this video will cover the majority of your citations. Now that we have made the distinction between the most common types of documents we will encounter in our research, we want to know how to reference them in our own work. In the next 4 videos, we will demonstrate how to do this for each of the 4 document types we just introduced, starting with the monographic book.